Hello guys, it is the Gaming Weasel back again with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be covering Lavos, the Alchemist Warframe. Now you might be figuring out that I kind of skipped Evara. That is mostly because my build isn't really finished for her yet. I kind of need to farm her, and I'm kind of gonna wait for the 2 XP weekend just so I can farm her again. So I'm sorry about for you Evara mains and Evara players, but we're gonna have to skip her sadly, so I'm sorry about that. But we do have our Alchemist Warframe inside of, well, Warframe. So let's get right into his abilities. His passive is going to be Energy and Universal Orbs give Lavos a status immunity for 10 seconds. Hold any ability to imbue the next cast with additional elemental damage and status. I'll explain how that works in just a second. And now let's move on to the abilities. We have Ophodian Bite. I probably butchered that, but yes, the snakes. This gives you health every time you attack an enemy, so this is going to be nice. And hold to imbue all abilities with toxin damage. We have Vial Rush, which pushes him forward, throws vials in his wake, and we hold it to imbue cold damage. And we have a Transmutation Probe, which does damage to enemies, and if you press it once, it will go just in one direction. And the other thing, if you press it again, it's gonna stay in that one spot. This is the ability that reduces your cooldowns for other abilities by 1.25 seconds, but in my case for 1.95. And hold imbue electricity. And then we have Catalyze. He launches massive probes inside of an AoE sort of area, and the damage is doubled for each element affecting an enemy, and hold imbue fire damage. Now, you might have noticed that, well, you probably didn't, but Lavos doesn't have energy. So if I pick up these energy orbs, I shouldn't be able to. That was actually a glitch probably, but as you can see, I'm not getting any energy. His abilities are duration based, and I'm gonna go and show you what the ability duration is. So the cooldown for his first is 8 seconds, then 5 seconds for his second one, 10 seconds for his Transmutation Probe, and then 30 seconds for his fourth ability. And of course his second ability, or sorry, third, does reduce the cooldown by 1.9 seconds in my case. One weapon that I would definitely recommend you use is going to be the Cedo, because the Cedo applies status effects with his alt fire, and also it is a condition overload shotgun, so the more status effects, the more damage it deals. And a shotgun by itself, it's very great. You can get it by going to Deimos and talking to Father, and then you can get it from there. The second isn't that important, and neither is the melee, but of course the melee is going to be the Cronin Prime. The Sentient, we have Helios Prime with Deconstructor Prime, it doesn't really matter. And we have Galerated Rush, Might, and Vice respectively. And that is mostly it. So let me show you how this works. So holding down any one of your 4 abilities is going to imbue that status. So first is Toxin, Cold, the Electricity, and then Fire respectively. But, which is the great thing, you can combine 2 status effects. So holding 1 and 2 at the same time, you're going to imbue Viral. Holding 1 is going to be Toxin. I just actually have to use my ability. There you go. Holding 1 is going to be Toxin, and then pressing 3, that's going to be Corrosive. And then let me just, I actually need to use this up, I think, or I can reset it. Nope, I actually can't. So there you go. And then a Cold and Fire is going to be Blast, which is an okay damage type. When I say okay, I don't really mean very good. Then holding 2 and 3 is going to be Magnetic, of course. And then holding 1 and 4 is, it doesn't allow me to restart, but holding down 1 and 4 is going to be gas damage. Now, and we're gonna go and show you how he works. I just need to go into the abilities screen once again and actually show you his loadout. He is the first frame that I ever put a Umbral Forma on, so instead of this you can just put Ordinary Intensify, but the effects will be a little bit lessened, I guess. So for the main aura, we have Corrosive Projection, we have Umbral Intensify and Vitality, we have Adaptation, which I just now noticed, and I'm kind of dumb for doing this, I do not need. I honestly do not need that at all, because by himself, he has, for his passive, he has 10 seconds of, yeah, I guess, invulnerability to status effects. So that's kind of dumb of me to put that on there. Now, instead of that, let me see what I can actually put on. So yeah, this is going to be sort of like a test build. Not really a test build, I know how it's gonna work. You're gonna kill enemies really easily with this. I'm just gonna test this out, how it's gonna work, but I'm gonna put probably continuity on here because of the status duration. So scales with ability duration, modifies the duration of any status dealt by Lavos with either abilities or weapons. So this is going to be great. So we're gonna increase the duration with continuity. I would put prime continuity, but sadly I have not enough space. But as you can see, the armor value is 1,383. We have energy at 275, even though he doesn't have energy, and then health at 1,800. And for the mods, as I said, Umbral Intensify, Vitality and Fiber this time, Constitution and Continuity for duration, Augur Secrets for damage, Stretch for range, and Streamline for efficiency. Now, if I am correct, and I think I am, his range does, of course, go by range. And I am correct, it does. So having a little bit of range on him is going to be very good. You can put Cunning Drift inside of here, or even if you want, you can change Augur Secrets for Overextended, which I do not recommend, but you can definitely change it out for Augur Reach. If I can find it, let me just find it. There you go. Augur Reach increases the ability range by a couple of seconds. A couple of meters, but honestly I don't think this is going to be the best thing. Maybe for your transmutation orb, but the duration on this is not that great. But I'm going to test out both builds for you guys and see how it goes. So I'm going to use Augur Reach this time, and let's go and show you how this is going to work. So summon level 155 enemies, and then what I'm going to do, I still have gas, but I don't really mind. So what I usually do is press my 2, rush through here, and then activate that, and then imbue viral, and then press my 4, and then every single enemy, oh, they're actually gonna get obliterated, surprisingly enough, but I can reduce the cooldown of my abilities by just pressing that, applying more status effects while I wait. These guys are getting stunned, they can't really damage me, and even if they can, get my health back. And then, of course, because it is a condition overload shotgun, I can definitely just kill the enemies much faster. So, that was with range. Now, in this situation, you don't really need range, even though range is pretty good on him. I don't really honestly think you do need it that much, just because of the issue of you have teammates, of course, 90% of the times, then they're gonna get killed, and the maps are condensed, so your 4 is not gonna reach long areas anyway, so I would prefer Augur Secrets. Now let's try out with Augur Secrets. I'm gonna imbue, let's say, Corrosive, and then go press my 2 again, and then activate the Cedo, and then quickly imbue Viral, then activate the Cedo again, press my 4, and then bye-bye. As you can see, a couple of guys survived, but it doesn't really matter because it is a condition overload shotgun. And there you go, they are all dead. That is pretty much the way you're gonna play Lavos, is imbue your abilities. Of course, you can heal with your first ability, as I'll show you in just like one more run here. And then I'm gonna imbue Corrosive. You could literally do any single one here, I don't really mind. I don't really use it that much, so get my duration up, and then use Corrosive against these guys because they are corrupted heavy gunners, and Corrosive is going to be a little bit more effective than Viral. And as you can see, they are pretty much dead. So they are level 155, and they, even though you have loads and loads of shields, you don't really have to worry about sorry, not loads of shields, but loads of health and armor, and of course a status immunity every time you pick up the universal and energy orbs, so you don't have to worry about that. As you can see, the counter next to my health and my shields is going up every time I pick up an energy orb, and of course you're gonna the enemies affected with your abilities will drop loads of these. So I'm gonna show you this once more. Let me just do Viral, for example, and then speed run through these guys, activate my Cedos, alt fire, and then activate my 4, and there you go, they are dead once again. Of course, the good thing about Lavos is you can adapt to every single enemy type. So if it's enemies like infested, use gas. If it's enemies like the corrupted heavy gunners or corrupted enemies or Grenier, use corrosive. If it's shields, you can use magnetic or you can use blast. If I'm pretty sure blast is pretty good against them. I kind of forgot. And, you know, you can always adapt to the situation, which is always awesome. And that was Lavos. That was Lavos' build. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I love when you guys do that because I greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you don't like the build, you don't like it, you know, put some comments in the comment section below. Maybe there's something I can change out and make much better about Lavos. But yeah, this has been the Gaming Weasel, over and out.